can see. No more glasses, no more contacts, just beautiful 20/20 vision. Hey everybody, Parker here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, we are all about building your confidence through fashion and lifestyle choices, emphasis on the lifestyle. Today, we are talking all about my experience getting LASIK eye surgery. It's been a little over a month now. I just wanted to kind of make sure that I really got the feel of it, that it was fully healed and everything before I went into my full experience. But we are going to talk about the procedure. We're going to talk about the recovery process, and then I'm going to answer a bunch of questions that I got from you guys. So first of all, my vision was garbage, guys. I was sitting right around a negative 5.25 in both of my eyes. Anyone who wears contacts or glasses knows that that's pretty bad. I actually created these two images a while back where I took my contacts out and I focused the camera to look like what it looks like without my contacts. And then with them, obviously it's nice and clear. But I'm very excited to show you guys the whole process. Let's take it back to a little over a month ago in the car on the way to get my surgery. So we're in the car on our way to the procedure right now. I'm feeling weirdly fine. Like I don't really have any fears about anything. That's gonna change. One of the things that I always kind of wondered about LASIK was like there is somewhat of a possibility you could lose your vision. But Dr. Shamie's done literally thousands of these procedures and it's never happened before. So if I'm the one that it happens to, maybe it was meant to be, you know, maybe I wasn't meant to see.
You already are blind now. So.
I'm already blind, exactly.
How old were you when you first got glasses or contacts?
I first got glasses when I was in third grade, second grade. I can't remember. I was playing baseball and I got hit in the head. I was wearing a helmet, but I got hit in the head by a pitch and it totally freaked me out. But the reason that it happened was because I couldn't see. My vision had already started to fade. So yeah, I got glasses I think in second or third grade.
What did they look like?
Oh man. I've had
wireframe?
I've had wireframe, I've had like Harry Potter style, I've had big plastic.
When did you switch to contacts?
I started wearing contacts I think in 5th or 6th grade, just because I was kind of sick of glasses, and yeah, I just always wore contacts. And I think that's a big reason why I've waited so long for LASIK, was because contacts weren't really that big of a deal for me. I never had that much trouble. I didn't hate them that much. There would also always be those times though when you would sleep in them for too long or whatever, one would get a little bit twisted in your eye and all of a sudden you've got an eye infection and you have to wear your glasses and then one of your eyes is all red. It's like never having to worry about that is worth the price of admission.
Do you know what I'm excited for?
What?
Not waking up with crusty contact lenses in the bed. Every time I make the bed, there's like curled up crusty contact lenses that fell out while you were sleeping.
Anyone who wears contacts knows that you forget to take them out, you're too tired to get out of bed, so you just pop them out, and especially if you wear disposable contacts, you just toss them. So I'm interested to see if after all of this, it is a lot different or if it's really not that different. So it should be fun. We'll check in afterwards. Here's some cool footage of what it looks like to get LASIK done to your eyeballs. Sure.
Your eyes actually match your outfit.
That was on purpose. The procedure itself was honestly so easy. I was kind of nervous once I started to get there and you know, it was getting closer and it was all of a sudden a very strong reality because you are awake during the whole thing. But it was great because Dr. Shamie was right there in my ear telling me every step of the way what was going on. So I had no time to even get concerned, and then the whole thing's over. I mean, from the time I sat down in the chair to when I was completely finished, sitting up reading the clock on the wall, as you saw at the beginning of the video, was like less than 10 minutes. My pain threshold isn't like sky high. I'm not a total sissy most of the time, but there wasn't any pain. There was a tiny bit of discomfort or, you know, just a little bit of pressure, I guess you could say, but I was really depressed because I was nervous that it was going to be painful considering they're messing around with my eyeball, but the fact that there wasn't any pain made it go by even more quickly. From the moment I was finished, I could sit up and read a clock that was 5 feet away. You saw what my vision looked like from that photo. I can't even remember the last time in my life I was able to read something 5 feet away without my contacts or glasses. I mean, I was a child. But after that, they took me and sat me down in another room. I got some delicious juice and then I went home. Actually, they gave me some medicine so that I could sleep, because you go home and you sleep for 4 hours and then you wake up, you eat something, and then you go back to sleep. That's what they recommend. So we ordered some pizza so we would have it when I got home, and I didn't even make it home. I was already passed out and, you know, felt fine. It was so nice to just be able to relax and not be worried about any pain or anything. So we got home, I got a bunch of rest. I slept through the night very easily. I was able to take the goggles off the next day, and I experienced a little bit of dryness in my eyes, a little bit of irritation, but you're also given these wetting drops that you're able to use as often as you want. So for me, I was just popping those things on the regular, and I felt fine. I went back the next day for my consultation and they said everything had healed really nicely. So I was basically back to normal almost within 24 hours, aside from just the slight irritation in my eyes. It was crazy. By a week later, I had completely forgotten that I even did anything. How nervous were you about getting it done? Like I said before, I felt fine going into it, but then all of a sudden when I was about to sit down, I got a little bit of a rush of nerves, but everything goes so quickly that you don't even really have time to be nervous. It's just kind of in and out and you're done. What's the procedure for anesthesia in the region for the surgery? That's a good question. They did give me some drops. I think I forgot to say that earlier. They give you a few drops to kind of numb the area a little bit. You go in, they give you the drops, you kind of sit for maybe like 30 or 40 minutes, and then you go in for the actual procedure. In the same way as when you go to the dentist and they numb your mouth or whatever, it felt very similar to that. Are they able to assess the probability of negative side effects? That's a valid question. There is always a chance that something could happen. However, Dr. Shamie, who I went to, has done thousands of these procedures on anyone from basic old me to professional athletes and never had a problem. So I think the best move you can make is just to go in and be super honest with your doctor. Ask them to tell you, have they ever had a problem before? Just be sure you ask as many questions as possible because they're gonna be able to give you answers. How long after surgery until your eyesight will be as perfect as possible? Well, like I said, a week later, I didn't even think about it anymore. So, I mean, honestly, even a couple days later, aside from the eye irritation, but the fact that I can sit up and see the clock across the room from my bed every morning, that to me is worth it right there. It's so nice. Can it be done for teens? A lot of it, as far as I know, again, I'm not a doctor, I don't understand all the specifics. You'll have to go in for a consultation, but a lot of it has to do with the thickness of the cornea on your eye. So if it hasn't fully developed, you might not be able to get it yet, but some people's develop at different rates than other people's. So the best thing you can do, schedule yourself a consultation, go in, they'll measure your eye, and they'll tell you if you're a good candidate or not. That's the best I can tell you, sorry. A lot of people did ask about price, and this can be a little bit of a sensitive subject. It's not something that just has a going rate. Different doctors are gonna charge different things. However, it's your vision. So to me, it makes sense to go ahead and invest the money in it because you're gonna save money on contacts, glasses, eye exams, and whatnot for the next several years. But also, just the fact that you don't have to worry about that stuff anymore, that you can see maybe even better than you did with your contacts or glasses and experience life in a much more nice way because you don't have to worry about them. You know, I don't worry about like my contacts getting messed up in my eye or my vision being distorted by my glasses. So to me, it's an investment in yourself, and that to me feels like it is definitely worth it. I also had several different questions addressing just a little bit of fear about the process or about the surgery itself because they've been wearing glasses for a really long time and you're just not quite sure. I totally get that, and I'm telling you, go in for the consultation, make sure that you create a little bit of a connection with that doctor and with the staff, and feel it out. If you go in and they make you feel uneasy, go somewhere else. If you go in and they make you feel as good as Dr. Shamie's office made me feel, then you're gonna be fine, because they've done this thousands and thousands of times. So your fear is totally warranted. I get that. But I also just think that you kind of have to trust the science. You have to trust the experience of these highly skilled professionals, and recognize that pushing through your fear for a short amount of time is going to be worth it in the long run of seeing better, feeling better, and not having to worry about contacts and glasses anymore. That's one of the best parts about it. So that's pretty much all I've got, guys. I really appreciate it. Couldn't say enough positive things about my experience. It was painless, it was quick, it was easy, it was totally worth it. So 2 major thumbs up on LASIK in general. Highly recommended to anyone who is eligible, and I hope this was helpful. You know, if you guys have any other specific questions, you can always drop them in the comments. You can DM me on Instagram. If there's anything else you guys are curious about, I'm happy to help. But again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know a lot of the specifics in terms of the science and things, but there's also tons of different things out there that you can read and educate yourself more about. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, tell a friend about the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.